Welcome to Toffee TV. It is 3 talking points. Everton 0, Manchester City 2. Before we start, this video is sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball's app makes it possible to keep up to date with all the scores, transfer news and stats all in the one place. To download OneFootball's app, click the link in the description below. Everton 0, Man City 2. My 3 talking points, first and foremost, is the supporters. I thought they were brilliant tonight. Got behind the side. I said it in my match reaction video. As a fan base, people say we're difficult to please, but we aren't. If you go out and wear your heart on your sleeve for that shirt and you work hard and you stay disciplined. On Saturday, we went 3-1 down after about 64 minutes. The players threw the towel in as far as I'm concerned. They didn't threaten Wolves at all after that. There was no desire, there was no energy, there was no ability to get around the pitch. It was totally the opposite tonight from the first whistle to the 97th minute. They had a go for everybody, they had a go for themselves, and what happened? It caused the fans to get behind them. You know, when the second goal went in, Goodison, you know, the Evertonians started singing, you know, singing Everton songs at 2-0 down. You know, really trying to back the players. They backed the players all night. You know, when we were close, we were driving them on, and because the players were, it was a two-way street. The players were showing that desire and willingness to work hard. Therefore, the fans were behind them. And when it's like that, you look and think, you know what, we have got something when we all work together. And if those players can, you know, continue to replicate that desire and passion and hard work, the results will go our way. We won't play a team like Manchester City every week who are fantastic. To me, the scoreline is harsh for Everton tonight. That's my opinion. I thought they didn't deserve a 2-0 win tonight. You know, I borderline 0-0 draw, really, for what they did. I mean, they've ended up with 4 shots on target to our 1. 2 of them were in Gabriel Jesus' goal. So one was a header off a set piece. So if you look at it like that, you know, it's one of those, isn't it? But I just thought the fans were brilliant tonight and really backed the team. And if the team can give us that commitment, our supporters will give it back, you know, and if we can do that, the next home game is obviously the Merseyside derby. If Everton can work like that in the Merseyside derby, they can get something. Liverpool are very dangerous, of course they are, but our fans will respond to that, and then it makes Goodison a really tough place to play. Second thing I want to talk about tonight is Theo Walcott. I don't know what's going on with him. He came in last January transfer, January 18, from Arsenal. I was delighted when we signed him. I thought we're getting a proven Premier League player, albeit coming towards, you know, obviously the latter stages of his career, you would say, for the type of player he is. And I thought he'd done very well for us last season. Scored a few goals, assists, a real handful. But this season, he started the season okay, actually. He scored against Southampton at home, and then a week later against Bournemouth, and had an assist against Southampton and looked lively. And I thought, oh, he's going to thrive under Marco Silva. The way we play, he's going to be high up the pitch. But his form is just dropped off so much. He's just not affecting games anymore for us, and that's a key thing for someone like him. He doesn't get round players the way he should. His movement's good, but too often he's stopping the ball and turning back when there was one in the first half where it was a good move and we switched the ball out to him, and instead of just taking a touch and throwing the cross in, he takes a touch, stops it, tries to stand the full-back up, tries to run past them and get a crossing, and the chance had gone because everyone had already loaded the box. So by the time he stops it, stands it up, and then goes for a run and tries to put it in again, we're marked, and the defender got the block in anyway. And it's little moments like that where I looked at the other end with Leroy Sané, and it was out of his feet, cross, and you're having to defend a dangerous ball in. Then the next time, maybe take a touch, mix it up, but he's not doing either for us. And, you know, I don't know what was wrong with Ademola Lookman tonight, and I'm not saying Lookman would have been better in that role, but to me, I don't know what we do with him, because at the minute he's struggling big time. And does he justify his place in the side at the moment? I don't think so. But that's obviously for the manager to decide. But for me, he's really off the boil at the minute. And the third and final thing I want to talk about is Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I've often criticised him for not putting himself about enough, or not Certainly, maybe not always putting himself about, but not running defenders, because I know that he's quick. And tonight, he put a performance in there. I looked at him and thought, if you played like that every week, you would be our striker at the moment, because obviously we're in the market for a centre-forward. And Dom can then develop at his own pace if we get a proper centre-forward who's going to play every week. We've got Cenk Tosun, who's we have to create chances for, let's be honest. He's not going to do it himself. But if we go out and buy a proper mobile centre-forward, then Dom can develop at his own pace. But we're not doing that until the summer at least. So he's got an opportunity now to take that shirt and make it his and develop himself. And if he plays like he did tonight, that's the best performance I've seen from him in terms of roughing up defenders, in terms of going long, hard work, winning headers. Okay, he wasn't getting on the end of anything, but we didn't really create anything for him. But his all-round play tonight was much better, taking it in, laying it off. And if he does that, then for me, he's our centre-forward until the summer. Because he'd done everything I wanted him to do tonight. I wanted him to knock it long. A couple of times he took it in, knocked it past the defender and gone. Okay, the finish hasn't been there, but that's okay. Because that'll come against worse defenders. He'd be able to destroy them. To me, he set his bar tonight. He set the level that he needs to play at every week. And it's up to him now. If he replicates that performance tonight, for me, he plays every week. Because that makes him a handful. That pace gives Everton something different. And what I liked tonight was the likes of Michael Keane knocking it long for them. Let's turn them. Let's make it uncomfortable for them. You do that against 6 down, you beat teams like that comfortably, because they're not good defenders. They're not going to take it down and pop it round like Manchester City. If you can cause Man City problems by doing that, you can cause teams like us and below us loads of problems. Be a bit more direct. And that's what I liked tonight about Marco Silva's change. There was a slight change to the way we played. I thought we passed it when we needed to, and I thought we defended properly for the majority of it when we needed to. Bang it long, no problem with that. Mix it, then pass it out. We drew them in, playing nice football, turn them, bang, off you go. That's what they do. They've got no problem in going bim, 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 back to Ederson, big long ball, and they're in, round the back. Mix it up. Most dangerous football is a mixture, not just one pass. It was a lot more incisive and sharper tonight. It was difficult because they're a fantastic side, but there was a little bit of a model, I thought, tonight that we could take on into other games. And I thought Dominic Calvert-Lewin set his own benchmark tonight. His performances have to be like that. And if his performances are like that, he plays. And then it's up to Cenk Tosun to take it up a notch then. We'd have no problems with that. Richarlison one side, I'd have Bernard the other. And then Lookman, you know, putting pressure on those two. Walcott, like I said, has dropped off a bit, but I thought he was brilliant. He was my man of the match tonight, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. So there you go. They're my thoughts. Agree, disagree, whatever. It's one of those things, isn't it? It's all opinions. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. It takes a sec. And if you want more videos, get over to Patreon. Check out Ped's Instant Match Reaction. My match reaction's there as well. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your night. See you later.